And welcome back, everybody, to Total War Rome 2. And we have got ourselves a 4 versus 4 on the settlement of Thessaloniki. This one was sent in by Inorias, who is here playing Masacely, and he tells me that there are things in this battle that I may have never seen before. So we're about to find out whether or not that is true. So first thing I see are chariots. We see a lot of chariots. It's Masacely. Lots and lots of chariots. We've got desert chariots coming out. And then we also had some desert cavalry, which is a light cavalry. You can see that there. Going against Swaby. Swaby, most of their units are pretty low armor. And as you can see, like the club levy here, they don't have shield walls, so they are a good target for chariots. The one downside is, obviously, things like Royal Peltas here, they do have javelins, so they can do a little bit of, jabbing at the chariots. But that's going to be the biggest thing they're probably going to deal with. Look at that Bloodsworn, just annihilated. Desert chariots, 104. And then the Cav, doing okay. The other chariot, 160, so nicely done. Well, real quick, let's go ahead and look at the other players. So you can see we also have a Sparta. Now, Sparta is being commanded by none other than Gorm Mjolnir. Now, Gorm, along with myself, Joe Onit, and Bearded Warman, make up the group called the Backseat Generals. And you will find all of their links in the description, so make sure and go check out all of their channels. Now, real quick, we have also got Bowie being commanded by Lionsburg. And finally, all the way over here, we have got Tylus being commanded by Goose. Now, for the attackers, real quick, we've got Macedon on one side being commanded by Alexander, and his ally Athens being commanded by Desert Colt. And all the way back on the other side. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of swapping around here. We've got Seleucid being commanded by Maniac. And finally, Swaby being commanded by Mo. So far pretty interesting. The chariots, the one chariot got pretty solid kills, but so far not as much out of the others. He does have more. Don't worry, he has more. In the words of Billy Mays, but wait, there's more. So this one is, Inorias here. Inorias has been kind of around. He's been in the Discord for a long time. I've played games with him quite often. You guys may recognize his name from some of the 1212 or Rise of Mordor streams. But he was saying, and I'm pretty sure he's correct on this, he's never sent me a battle replay. So when he sent me one, and I said, you know what, we gotta do one. If you're gonna send me one, then it must be worth looking at. So the artillery here getting taken out by a thorough spear. You can see he is using his thorough spears to land on the walls here. So you can see they are doing a split attack. Once again, this is the settlement of Thessaloniki. You can only attack from this side, or if I can, this side. So interestingly enough, Athens actually pushing down the beach, which I believe is why Tylus decided to fall back from where he was, because he wouldn't be able to defend against Macedon and Athens coming from his flank. So they're basically just chopping off this section of the city and defending from here backwards. Now, Thessaloniki is so you have two different maps, Thessaloniki and Brundisium, that are carbon copies of each other, but with cap points in different places. So Thessaloniki's cap point is down here, while the Brundisium cap point is up here. So the chariots, oh, here they go, going back in. Once again, going in on Swaby. Swaby's a good option here, and the couple of units that he has that does have shield wall, he's not using it. So that is a big oof. Swordmasters. All right, what do they got? 98, 102. Now, the desert chariots, I believe, are the cheaper versions of these chariots, if I remember correctly. So they aren't quite as good as some of the others. So you can see most of the chariots are now gone. We do have some Numidian light infantry still here. With the mountain in the background, that's pretty cool. Get a couple screenshots there. Here's some more chariots. Now, this one's at 162 kills. And you can see actually Bowie, I put out a couple units here. It's got a sword follower and a Celtic warrior. They do still, somehow this Numidian light infantry is still hanging out. It's not a bad idea using the Numidian light infantry to pin down the unit while the chariot goes through the combat. It helps prevent the unit from being able to respond in the way of throwing javelins and such. Now, after this, so this is going to be interesting because the kind of strategy that Masacely went for here is entirely reliant on doing massive amounts of damage. And if they fail to do so, it puts them in a really big bind. Because at this point, if they haven't done enough damage, his almost entire army is gone. So that puts him in the situation of now possibly not having enough troops to hold the city. So it's going to be interesting. We will find out soon enough whether or not he did enough damage. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking around here. Athens. So it is kind of interesting seeing this. Not very many people do it, mostly due to the fact that it is a long walk down the beach, okay? So it takes a long time to get down this way. So not very many people actually tend to attack this direction. But I'm intrigued to see how it goes, just given the fact that the proximity of this area to the cap point is incredibly close. Tylus is going to be a tough faction to get through over there. So I think what we're going to see now is a little bit of a slowdown. You know, the attackers on this side are still kind of recovering from the sally out. They're kind of regaining their, getting back on their feet, getting their senses together of how they want to pursue things from here on out. And on the other side, the fact that Tylus fell back, it just is going to take a little while for the two attackers on the other side to just get in the settlement. Yeah, so I think what we're going to experience here is a little bit of a lag in the battle. Just probably not a whole lot going on here for a couple minutes. See a lot of Bowie over here. So it looks like Tylus and Sparta are mainly going to be defending over against the Athenian Macedon attack. I honestly think that Swaby took a lot of damage. So, and oh no, please tell me you're not about to do this. Oh no, they're gonna do it. So Swaby and Seleucid seem to be sending all of their units over to this spot. This is not a good spot to attack, especially not all, like, putting everything here. There is one place the defenders have to hold. That's it. One spot, that's all they need, and they're Gucci. This is a bad idea. I hate to say it. What's going to be able to happen here is one faction is going to be one teammate is going to be able to hold this if they want to. What I think will end up happening then is that the rest of the teammates can now swarm the other two attackers on the other side. You can see Mastodon coming in, militia hoplites first off. Wow, called out. Come on, stand up like a man. It's a lot of jabbies there from the Celtic Warriors and from the Tribals behind. Then you can see they've got another unit pushing over here. Looks like a thorax sword. A couple units here, 2 thorax. Nothing quite happening in the center, but on the left we do have Athens beginning to get closer and closer to the walls. We do have a couple units in the settlement as well. Looks like he landed up here and got down and is moving this direction. And Sparta, Sparta's just kind of, he's not even worried about this up here. Sparta's basically just holding this spot. That's what he needs to hold. That is where the most important place is right here. Over here, I just don't see this going well in any way, shape, or form. You can see Seleucid led off with his Royal Peltis, and then he's got a Thorough Spear. So actually, he's playing decently smart here. He's got his Royal Peltis engaging, and a Thorough Spear set up on the flank, but it looks like he's holding his ammo. He's holding his ammo, yeah. He's not throwing into it, which is interesting. In square formation, oh, he's throwing over here at the Spartan hoplites. Interesting. How many kills? He only got 1 kill out of that. Spartan hoplites have 80 armor. I mean, he'll do some damage here, but it's probably not going to be quite as much. He's throwing right into that shield, so...
You command.
Now, I'm wondering if Sparta, is he going to try and get archer shots from the beach? I don't think he quite can yet. Now, over against the wall here, we've got Periquoi spears. We put a hero of Sparta kind of outside. It looks like he maybe came out and killed the unit that was pushing the ram. And now the Athenian players just jabbing the hero of Sparta to death. Here's Sparta, 105 armor. He's at 73 out of 120. Now we've got Thuros hoplites coming in, engaging some Periquoi spears, and then some more spears coming to assist. Periquoi spears are pretty much Thuros spears. Best way to put it. Royal Spartans and more. Man, he went really heavy on the Periquoi spears. Square formation on a couple of them. The Royal Spartan is a little out of formation here. You know, he's kind of facing over here, getting attacked from over there. Now, Tylus, I don't think Macedon wants to go into Tylus. I really don't think he does. Now, these are regular archers, and they're shooting. Oh, no, your Celtic is facing the wrong way, Tylus. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that hurts. That hurts so bad. Now, Macedon is really, honestly, head-to-head is not going to be able to take on Tylus. The Tribal Warrior Infantry is just way too good for a Thorax Sword. But they probably need to shift something over to that spot. Center, still pretty much kind of hanging the way they are. Now back at the harbor, same thing. Not a whole lot happening at the moment.
Eyes front.
Ooh, here we go. Another Heroes of Sparta going in. Heroes of Sparta are literally one of the coolest looking units in the game. Let's see if we can get a good... A sword! A sword! Give me a sword! Man, that Heroes of Sparta is also already up to 111 kills. Nicely done. Oh, and they're getting some really good Wait, is that the Scorpion? No way. There, it's the Celtic. Ooh, artillery. That's a Greek ballista. So they did bring a movable ballista. Now the Spartan general is also in combat, engaging the Thorough Spears. So it looks like they are gaining the advantage on this side. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful there, Sparta. Gorgos skirmishers are wide open. Okay, Pyrrhokoi spears were able to catch them. Elephants from Masacely moving over too. Now, what's interesting, Boei has a ton of stuff left all the way on the other side of the, like all the way over here in this corner. He could probably start moving them. Ooh, look at this. Tylus is actually taking the attack here. Well, he was. So he killed some, looks like maybe militia hoplites there, and then he's advancing forward, actually catching some of the Sarissa Cav of Macedon. So the Sarissa Cav is gone. I mean, it wasn't a huge threat, but the thing with Cav is it can always be kind of a... You always have to be wary of it because it can always sneak through little places, and once it gets in behind you, it's a pain in the ass. So as soon as it's gone, it's really, really nice. It's helpful. So Macedon does have a pike over here, which can be a little bit difficult for Tylus. That's going to be one place that Tylus is at a severe disadvantage here, is pikes. They really don't have a great answer to them. Now, the Celtic Slingers could probably move over here and deal with this pretty easily, and I'm a little surprised that he hasn't already, because it's a Levy Pikeman. Levy Pikeman, you can see, they only have 35 morale. It's pretty easy to break them. And this is about to break. Macedon's in a lot of trouble. I'm just going to be honest with you. He is pretty much out of power at this point. And Tylus is standing strong against it, too. Oh, Tylus in on pikes here. Pikeman only had 3 kills so far, so it's not like they're tearing him up. His unit is wrapping around it, so that's a good thing. The Greek ballista had been moving up, and now he's moving it away. Unfortunately, I don't think the defenders have any cavalry to go do anything about it. But look at this wraparound. What's left of Masacely and Bowiei's units here have come around and wrapped around the attackers, and it's keeping the attackers with 3 units facing the other way. I wonder, did they bring a tower anywhere? Okay, I wonder if they could take the tower and shift it over here and land right there. I don't know that it would actually do anything, but it might give them another kind of threatening position. This attack here it's a death trap, guys. I never would ever suggest going here at all. And then I'm pretty sure Athens is going to be out of this. Now, he did turn around his Greek ballista, and he's starting to take shots again. I don't know, was he throwing at, or was he shooting at the ballistas? Or, the elephants? Excuse me. Ballista elephants, obviously. Nothing so far. Elephants are tired. No, he's shooting over here. How many kills does he have? 64? I'm not sure how long he's been firing, though. I think he just got 1 guy out of that. Yeah, Athens is in a lot of trouble. Gorgos skirmishes up here, 125. 204. Oh, right through the Paraguay spears. Did they deal with the pike? Yeah, it looks like the pike's gone. She gone. Cretans here. But here we go. Macedon again. Tribal warriors. Thorax swords. But here's some. Is it another levy pikeman? Yeah, so he's got 2 levy pikemen. This is a fresher one. This one has 157, 156. Once again, you get some javy tosses or some skirmisher fire on this, and those pikes will go pretty quick. Levy pikemen are pretty weak. It's not about really killing the levy pikemen, it's about breaking them. If you do enough damage, they'll run away. Got Cretans here. Yeah, see, they've got their skirms shooting at this one. Now, the skirms are kind of stacked on top of each other, though, and that's why you see it's not getting very consistent volleys. If Tylus were to spread his skirmishers out just a little bit, he'd probably get better volleys against this pike unit. They only have 60 armor, so it wouldn't hold up very well. Cretan archer, 68 kills. They also had a Thracian warrior. But it looks like the Thracian warrior is moving to a different position. What did he bring? Shield bearer general, okay. Good job, good choice here, Tylus. He just backed off. You can't fight the pikes, so don't even try. Just walk away, throw jabbies at it, whatever it is, create a kill box. There's plenty of options there. Now, Sparta actually coming out of the settlement here, chasing down the Athenian army. Greek ballista now joining the combat. And he's got an archer unit, like, booking it. Like, no, I don't want to die, let us go! The Athenian general, I would not be surprised if he's dead already, but it doesn't look like yet. He's at 84 out of 160. But he's not in a good place. Let's just put it that way. Look at that hero Sparta, 230 kills, double chevroned. Yeah, these Thorax hoplites are in a bad position. See if we can get a good shot of this fight here. No? Fight him! But Hero Sparta keeps, like, looking other ways. He's like, here's a shield shove, and then he goes and does something else. Up, Gorgos Skirmishers getting in on the Cretans. Yeah, it's not good. So it looks like Athens is pretty much out of this fight. Yeah, he's pretty much done. So really the only much healthy units that are left are the Swabian and Seleucid units over there, which I'll go check them out here in just a minute. Obviously, like, they're kind of crammed in that corner, so nothing real exciting is happening. Over here, it looks like Tylus is going for the kill, though. So as you can see, like I said, on this side, I mean, it's hard to, there's not a whole lot going to happen here, you know, just due to the position that they chose, which I assume that they just felt they couldn't go to the other side, that they felt that they had to consolidate their forces. The problem is they consolidated their forces into just the worst place. It's a horrible place to attack. It's so bad. You don't have any positions where you can really set up. So, like, you could see Seleucid here has 2 of his Syrians up. But the defenders can set up way more archers to position against those. While with them, they can only set up the 2, you know. And that's going to be rough. Even Syrians, which are really good archers, are going to have a hard time taking on more than that. Now, the Cretans here, not doing so hot at the moment. It honestly looks like, well, honestly, now that I think about it, Sparta's really the only one that had archers to do. So, I guess it's not too bad. I still don't like the position, but the archer position isn't too terrible, just given the fact that Sparta's really the only one who has archers who can take on the Syrians. So, now, in the combat, we've got Thorax Swords, Spartan Hoplites, and I think a Royal Peltus. Look at that Royal Peltus, 243 kills. And how many men? 78. So he still has kills left in him, too. Archer fire coming in on the Spartan Hoplites. You can see Boei kind of supporting. And here in a second, we'll go check out the Mastodon Tylus fight again. So Boei right now is basically just supporting with Celtic Warriors and Levy Freeman and such. And on the outside, it actually looks like the Boei Masacely units actually gave a little ground. They kind of backed up a little bit. Seleucid picking up a tower. Sure, maybe he's going to do what I said and go up onto here. I don't know why he ran all the way out to that one. He could have just gotten this one and taken it, but whatever. So the main point is safe, and Tylus is on a rampage. Look at this. Tylus is fully pushing back against Mastodon. Now, he's going to have a problem down this street just due to the Levy Pikemen, but it looks like he's going to take some of his troops and push to the other way. So we've got the Shield Bearer General for Macedon, which is a solid hoplite unit, but it's not the greatest hoplite unit. So it can definitely, so like, you know, Sworn will eat through a Shield Bearer. It just might take a minute. Gorgos Skirmishers chasing after the Archer unit from Athens now. Might shatter it. Yep, there he went. Alright, let's go back to the port. So, looks like the Spartan unit is gone, and so it's fully down to the Boei units in this current combat, at least. Celtic warriors and sword followers, which should do pretty well here. The Royal Peltis, 310 kills. He's going to break in a minute. He's 18 men left. This is a good trade for Bowie Eye. The sword followers are going to do really well against most of the Seleucid units. Now, the sword masters of Swaby could be a little bit of a problem, though. They are a high-tier unit, so compared to the sword follower, which is a mid-tier unit, the sword masters should get the better trade just in a 1v1 combat. And they continue to put more and more and more troops out here. The thing is that I don't see why. They could really just kind of set up around here and defend their backside with far less troops and in a better position, but they have chosen to push out here against a pretty large force. And here we go, more. We got a couple Paraquois spears, we got the elephants coming out, and doesn't look like we're going to get a counter charge from the sword mat. Oh, yeah, we do. Out of one of them. So that one should do pretty well. Now the Desert Vigilantes, they're going to get their asses kicked regardless, but if you get the counter charge with the sword masters, you get that 32 charge bonus, which is pretty solid, guys. Pretty good. Their line is just a little all over the place, so I think that the defenders that have now become the attackers are going to find that very exploitable. You can see they've already got Levy Freeman set up behind, and he's just going to jabby the back of the sword masters, which is extremely painful to watch. And now he's going to charge them in the back. Sword Follower 144, and he's tired. Oh, that's rough. Desert Vigilante about to break. Now this could be a little bit of an issue. The couple units that they had holding down have now broken. So they are a little weak here. They've only got Celtic Warrior Sword Followers, and these are, two Levy Freemen are not going to win the day by themselves. So they really need to make sure they get some stuff in there pretty quick. Real quick, we're gonna go over here to Macedon. Levy Pike just getting roasted by Celtic slingers. And there it goes. So what's probably gonna happen now is we will probably see the envelopment and the collapse of the Macedonian army. All they have are a couple Cretan archers and their shield bearer. Now the shield, what happened? I think the Oathsworn probably got nuked by the Cretans. 259 kills and 134. Yeah, I think that's what happened. The Oathsworn just got annihilated by archer fire. Tribal warrior coming over to help, and you can see more tribals coming behind. That is probably going to be the final moments of Macedon. Is he going to try and get his general out? Tylus definitely wants to. You want to pin that down. Sorry about all the jumping back and forth here. Down the outside, you can see the elephants have gone in. 9 kills so far. This kind of elephant, it's not the greatest elephant unit in the game. I'm just going to be honest with you. Swordmasters kind of dry fired. They were going for a jabby toss on the Paraquois spears, but ended up dry firing against them. Good job there. Syrian's going with fire shot, but he didn't get him berserk yet, and I don't think he's going to get to. One of the Paraquois spears still has ammo. Doesn't look like it, which is good because that cavalry would have been in a lot of trouble. And he's probably going to die. African elephants, 41 kills. Looks like he's kind of waiting. He's going to take a sec before he goes back in with them. He's got to be careful because there's a lot of archers here that can make him go berserk. You can see they keep pulling more and more troops away from this combat. So all they've got right now is that one thorax sword from Seleucid. That's all they've got holding that front line. And even he's pulling back a little bit. So he did bring the tower up and he landed on this piece of wall. What he's going to do at that point, I don't know. I mean, he can walk his happy butt all the way over here if he wants to. But if these have any archer ammo, he's going to get shot the entire way down. Still got... No, these Syrians, they do still have ammunition. Okay, and the Kimbries look like they've got ammo as well. 110 kills, though. Pretty good. Not bad at all for Kimbries. Elephants, are they going in? Yes, they are. No shield wall. Remember, guys, shield wall is your best friend when it comes to elephants and chariots. Shield wall. It could save your life. Or your men's lives, at least. Okay, they are getting some fire arrows on them. And somehow have not gotten this out of control yet. And I'm honestly a bit stunned that they haven't. They've gotten some decent shots of fire shot onto them, and they are still kind of running strong. Poor elephants are exhausted too. Bounce power is in the defender's favor, but honestly not near as bad as I thought it would be. Just given the situation of the battle at this point, I definitely expected the bounce power to be way more in favor of the defenders at this point, and it's not. So it's kind of interesting, I think. Good old Royal Peltis, one of the coolest looking units in the game, in my opinion. If either side had a pike right now, it would be really painful. Because honestly, I'm not sure that either side has an answer to a pike at the moment. Most of their ammunition has been used, and a pike in this place would be able to just force its way through. Could be a game changer, but unfortunately, I don't believe anybody does. The only person who would be left would be Seleucid, and he does not. So, yeah. Swaby bringing his men back. He still has some decently healthy sword masters here. Still decent amount of units. Look at the Seleucid units. 263, 194 on the thorax swords. Sword masters getting javied by the heavy Numidian skirmishers.
Find your targets! Fire!
I don't know why you're going diamond formation. It's not going to do anything for you. Interesting. Diamond formation, it honestly just doesn't really work. Royal Peltis up to 105 kills. They have taken a lot of damage, though, mostly from that javelin fire. The elephants still kind of out here. They're still here, 146 kills. Got some decently healthy Kimbri bowwomen, though. They should be able to use that fire ammo to kind of keep them at bay. Gorgo skirmishers, I'm pretty sure out of ammo. Daggers. And daggers, okay. So they're out of ammo. And then the Noble Rider, Jen, I think is going to try and come over and get rid of this one. It's not a bad play. Oh, switch to fire ammo. Swaby, what are you doing? Oh, come on. Of all the things, you know, you've shot him like twice, 3 times with fire arrows and you don't get him out of control, and one regular shot gets him out of control. Jeez. And you killed a bunch right there. You might get rid of him right now. So there's another, got 4 left, 3 left. Looks like we got an O sworn in the background there. We're going to check that out real quick. Swordmasters, Thorax, and Royal Peltist. Then you got O sworn and a Sword Follower. More units coming up. All right, here comes Tylus. I think this is the final nail here, guys. I mean, you got to grind through Tylus and Bowie Eye. I just don't see that happening, unfortunately. Sorry, I bumped my mic there. But we sent in more troops out. Look at this. More Celtics and Levy Freeman. Then we got Kimbri bowwomen. Looks like they're shooting over at the Celtic slingers. But to be honest with you, the Celtic slingers really they're not that big of a threat right now. They don't have really any shot at anything. All they can shoot is right here, and this is, hold on, let me show you what their perspective looks like. This is where the Celtic slingers were. That's what they could shoot. You know what I mean? Like, that, they don't really have much of a threat. Bowie Eye going shield wall. I'm intrigued. I don't think he particularly needs it right now. This tribal war. The problem with Tylus right now, they're going to be pretty tired from the long walk over here. So Tylus should really just kind of chill for a minute, you know, let his troops, you know, kind of rest up a little bit before he goes into combat so they can get their combat effectiveness back. Oh, Noble Riders, better be careful. That's a Levy Freeman. He's probably got ammo. Levy Freeman are legitimately just one of the best counter-cavalry units. Not because they have, like, an epic, you know, awesome, crazy unit, but because they're a cheap, super cheap javelin unit that has spears and a bonus versus large, bonus 25, by the way, that, you know, for 210 gold, you get just a good, solid cav screen unit. You know, it's amazing what I've seen just that 210 gold unit do to some really expensive, dangerous cav units. By the way, you can see that Thorax that I said that we talked about earlier is already breaking, wavering at least. I'm not going to be surprised if we don't start seeing some army losses soon. Do still have a couple healthy sword masters left. But you can see the defenders are just gaining more and more ground against the attacking units over here. And here we go. There's Thorax breaking at 78 men. Pretty sure the Seleucid general's dead, by the way. Yeah, general's dead. Doesn't seem to be army losses, but it just seems to be kind of standard general's dead, morale loss. That's painful. That was a 70-something man thorax sword that just broke from that. That hurts a lot. There's quite a bit of time left for what seems to be left here. Swordmasters charging. I don't really know. I mean, like, the defenders just don't seem to be committing anything in at this point. They're kind of just sending one by one in. And honestly, at this point, they could really just swarm the attackers and finish this. Noble Rider, 414 kills. Now you can see that he only has one chevron from that. That means that he got probably a lot of, I think he killed a bunch of those Gorgo skirmishers. So in all reality, really didn't get that much value out of his kills. I mean, kills help. All kills are useful, but, you know, you definitely, with 400 kills, would be hoping to see, you know, more chevrons than one. I like to see at least, you know, a chevron per 100 kills. So with 400, you'd be looking at a silver chevron. Would be more, you know, better. Swordmasters. Look at this one. 237 kills with 3 chevrons. That's pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. Man, Tylus has so much left. It's too bad his general's dead. So that sword follower is going to break, and now what's going to happen is they're going to have to advance into the teeth of the tribal warriors. The tribal warriors that have already spent their day smashing Macedon. You hear the waves crashing in the background.
Fire!
Okay, a little bit of a lull. Tribal slingers are shooting over at the swordmasters. Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Tribal slingers just shooting right into him. Once again, he's going that diamond formation, and unfortunately, it just doesn't do anything. Takes away the impetus of the charge. Now he's kind of exposing his side. He does still have his shield relatively facing that direction, so it's probably not going to be too bad. Here we go. We got some archers shooting over at them, trying to shut them up. There goes diamond formation on the other one. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't use it. These tribal warriors are going to make short work of this. I don't really get the formation here by Tylus. You know, he had 1, 2, 3 units kind of lined up in a row. I'm not particularly sure why. You could just do, you know, 1 unit, fill up the gap, another unit behind. Whatever works. I'm amazed they still have ammo left. I would have been convinced that they were out of ammo, or almost out of ammo at least. Swordmasters, unfortunately, at this point are just too weak to do anything here. They are hurt pretty badly from the continued combat. They're also now getting shot in the back, as you can see from the shots coming in here. Got a Celtic warrior coming in, heavy Numidian skirmisher general charged in. Travel Slinger's still going at it, man. They're still putting in the hard work. I'm not going to be surprised if we start seeing army losses, though. I'm honestly pretty surprised that it hasn't started kicking in yet. Looks like maybe some fire arrows coming in. Where is that? Yep, there it is. They're trying to break them. Morale's already pretty low, so you get the fire shots in there, you might be able to break these units. Okay, so there goes one. The other one still has 83 men. It's going to be a bit harder to get it to break. Yeah, there you go. Bowie is just sneaking around, and now he's going to get in the archers. You can see the Swordmaster is pretty much all over here, so there was a clean avenue around the flank. Swordmaster's still hanging in there. But you can see we are in the final moments here. Honestly, I wouldn't be... So the Swaby General's still alive. I wouldn't be surprised if the Swaby General starts running out of the settlement, which is super annoying. Maybe not. I mean, there's still quite a bit. I mean, they've got a chunky amount of archers here, so it could be that it just lasts a little bit longer. Once again, still surprised to see how there's nothing under army losses. No army losses popping up at all. Typically by this point, you should begin seeing that. There it is. See it? Now it's popping up. So what's probably going to happen, all the Kimberly bowwomen are going to break. It's going to leave the general still alive, and he is just going to kind of cycle charge here, back and forth until he finally breaks. 522 kills, 2 chevrons. It's nothing to bat an eye at. It just, you know, you would want to see a little bit better quality kills. This one may come back. You can see they're not shattered, they're just broken. General was wavering, he's shaken, not stirred. Look at that Axe Warrior from Boya, you don't see them very often. And the final stand of Swaby will take place in this tiny corner of the dockside. Unfortunately, his general does not have great room to maneuver around to try and get charges off. Noble Rider General of Swaby isn't great anyways. It's okay. Definitely not as good as like a Noble Horse. And you can see he's starting to fall. And now they're probably just going to cram him right here. Yep, he's stuck. And that is it. All right, well, let's go look at some kills real quick. So first off, for the defenders, we have none other than Gorm Mjolnir himself. 1,933 kills as Sparta. His Royal Spartans, and here's the Sparta, did pretty solid here. 244, 285. Look at the Gorgo Skirmishers, 236, 183. Canadian Goose as Tylus, 3,118 kills. Macedon, I hate to say, man, unfortunately you got clapped. Oh, 167 on the Oathsworn General. But really, look at the infantry. 400 kills, 313, 295, 254. Even the Galathracian warriors or infantry doing really, really well there. Inoria's as Masesi, 1,845 kills. His chariots, they did okay. 257, 260 is pretty good. His slingers and heavy medium skirmishers did pretty solid, but that was most of his kills. And finally, Lionsburg as Bowie, 2,092 kills. Hey, let's see, 244, 224. All of his sword followers are pretty solid, just kind of pretty good across the board. For the attackers, we've got Alexandru. I don't know how else to say that. 1,464 kills as Macedon. His archers actually did pretty solid there. But his infantry, it's a tough matchup. Macedon is not a good matchup against Tylus, so I really think just honestly that was the biggest thing was just a mismatch of factions. Desert Cult as Athens with 1,069. What happened to him was he really just kind of got swarmed by Sparta right at the walls in kind of a bad position there on the beach. He was pretty unsupported. And unfortunately, I think Sparta just really got the better of him on that one. Maniac as Seleucid with 2,219 kills. Royal Peltis did pretty solid. Look at that, 311 on one. His archers did pretty good. Honestly, and a couple of thorax did pretty solid. The rest, not so hot. But look at the thorough spears, 215, 125. Then finally, we have leading the entire, no, number 2 in the entire game with Swaby, excuse me, here being commanded by Mo with 2,529 kills. Swordmasters doing work. 448, 237, 140, 319. Archers did pretty solid. Well, that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.